Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Islam Talk and I'm your sister Farina Siddique. Yesterday, October 20th, on Friday, IMO, International Muslim Organization, invited the Honorable Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. Mr. Trudeau tried to enter into a couple of other masajid and he was denied entry, and thankfully I'm so thankful and proud of all the masajid boards, the management, the volunteers, the executive decision makers of those masajid, that they actually have some courage and some dignity as a Muslim to actually refuse the Prime Minister of Canada, who is consistently, unequivocally siding with the state of Israel even after all the crimes that they have against humanity. They are causing all the human rights violation for over several years, but Prime Minister does not support Palestinians and their rights of existence and all the occupied apartheid that Israel is causing. And all the MPs are like that. And so those very MPs, they come to, our masajid, and you mind your brothers, your sisters and all that, Muslim and non-Muslim both, and they should be ashamed of themselves for not raising voice for Palestinians. They're human beings. They're human beings. They're getting killed. They're getting murdered. They're getting raped. They're getting completely brutally assaulted every single minute. You and I are having our fun stuff here, and we don't care. I always thought that Canada is a country that stands for justice and fairness. I was wrong. Canada takes sides. And we as Muslim Canadians do not understand this. We love being in the good books of our politicians, those very politicians who do not treat us more than tissue papers. Use it and throw it. Trash it. This is how we are being treated. Until or unless Muslim Canadians understand to respect themselves, learn to respect themselves as a community, politicians will continue to use us like that. IMO is responsible for that disrespect of our entire community by just letting Justin Trudeau to their podium. Why? Why would you do that? You were not representing me. You were not representing my voice as a Muslimah who is under immense pain, seeing my children dying there. Children are buried under the rubble, and it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt you to actually see the Prime Minister on your podium where Allah's name is recited and he says, oh, you know what, lip service, good words. There is no dialogue. There should not be any dialogue. There should be complete ceasefire, and the Palestine should be free. Palestine should be free from these occupiers we call Israel. And we don't care. This is wrong. Nobody is saying we should not be involved in political, world. We should be politically active. We should be politically involved. We should be politically engaged. But do not introduce any party you're affiliated with in your community. It should be the other way around. Introduce your community to the party. We're not supposed to be bootlickers. We're not supposed to be people pleasers. There is only one we need to please. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one we should be pleasing. We can be law-abiding citizens. We should be law-abiding citizens. We should be engaged in political process. We should be engaged in political activism. But we're not supposed to please people over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I cannot see into the eyes of those kids. I don't know how will I face them on Judgment Day, that I was living under all luxury and all that, and then those people were suffering just because they're Muslims. They're getting destroyed just because they're Muslims. They're getting punished just because they're Muslims. Canada is not a third world country. We're not colonized. We have a voice. We have the freedom of expression, quote unquote, yes, at least exist, right? We have this. We have the luxury to speak, sit in our couches and just watch those Palestinians getting destroyed without doing anything. And then we move to our dinner table. We have this freedom. We are not in a third world country, but still we refuse to do something. We refuse to even show people that we have the dignity, we have the value as a community. We're not small numbers here. We are large numbers of Muslimin here, with money, with power, with influence, with the strength, and with everything that we are doing with our tax dollars. And these politicians are getting paid with our tax dollars after getting elected. And we are still not showing them the power of our vote and the public voice. Think about it. And please question your own masjid and all the masajid who are giving the podium to those people who are not talking about Palestine, who are not talking about Palestinian plight, and are not asking their politicians very, very strongly, vocally, to get the ceasefire done immediately before Gaza completely gets destroyed. Jazakallah khair.